In other news, in central Kiev, in central Ukraine, I should say, a judge died in hospital overnight. That's after being shot at by unknown assailants. Police believe the attack may be linked to his professional activities. And for more on this, I'm now joined live by RT's Alexei Yarashevsky. Alexei, hello to you. What kind of professional activities are the police referring to here?
Well, the 34-year-old judge, Alexander Lobodenko, died, as you said, overnight from multiple wounds he received, presumably from a shotgun. 2 shots were fired at him, according to the Interior Ministry report, and they do connect it with his professional activities. This is not a first case of a judge killed in Ukraine, assassinated in Ukraine, but definitely, given what's happening in Ukraine right now, the fact which is drawing the biggest attention is that he recently dealt with several of those rioters who attempted to take over the administration building in this particular town of Kremenchuk, and he placed them under house arrest. They haven't yet been convicted, even though they're charged with inciting revolt or anything of the kind. But he put them under house arrest, and several days later he was killed. There's no direct connection between the activist he put under house arrest and his murder, because he's been dealing with some other cases, mostly civic cases, like returning of debts, different inheritance, splitting of property. This may have caused his assassination, and the Interior Ministry are coy about that at the moment. But definitely, given what's happening in Ukraine, as I've said, in Kiev in particular, with so many radicals taking part in those protests, of course, this is drawing attention in the first place.
Yes, so we're not hearing about a direct link, but naturally, with everything that he was doing before, that's what many people are assuming, and experts, of course. Well, you were there during the unrest in Kiev, so you got a chance to see and even speak to the protesters from both sides. How radical are they, would you say?
You see, the protest itself, the part which is happening in Kiev, it's split at the moment. There are protesters who consider themselves as peaceful, and there are radicals. And the recent interview by the radicals leader, the movement which is called the so-called Pravy sector, the right-wing sector, it seems they're not controlled by anybody anymore. They're not taking orders from the country's political opposition. They're not taking orders from anyone. They have their own conditions which they put forward to the authorities, and waiting for these conditions to be fulfilled. And moreover, which is very peculiar here, in that interview, Mr. Yarosh, the leader of the right-wing sector, said that if the authorities use live rounds against them, against the rioters, against the protesters, they have something to respond with, which is definitely giving more fuel to this whole situation, suggesting that they have live weapons stored in those houses they've taken over. And definitely this is causing serious concerns now in Ukraine.
So no signs of them backing down in the near future?
Not at the moment.
All right, Alexei Yarashevsky, thank you very much.